Hi, this is Alken. Welcome back to my channel. For my followers on BitChute, hi, this is Alken. Welcome to the Horrible channel, where we get more likes and retweets than a defunct Twitter board. Okay, what does that mean? Yes, it's official. Elon Musk has finally bought Twitter, lock, stock, and barrel, and everything else that goes with it. So now, Twitter board is going out of business. Going to some sources and no cornering, we believe the reason why Twitter finally gave in to Elon Musk must be the companies that were holding the 401ks finally put pressure on that board to say enough is enough. We want our money, and we're not going to let you get in the way. Well, if that's true, then it is a beautiful day for freedom of speech. And the CEO will be DDO. Dumb on dumb dough. Let him figure out what that one means. In other words, he's out on his ass, which he should be. Hopefully now all the bans and suspensions will be lifted, and they will probably be reviewed, including my suspension, which was unjustified. I appealed it. They refused to unsuspend me. Appealed it again, and they had ignored me. I was looking for legal advice to see what I could do. I'm hoping now that Elon Musk will force them to unsuspend me. But even if they did, I will still want to take legal action against who's responsible for that suspension. Because quite frankly, if I'm saying kick people out, it doesn't mean I want to physically attack them. But they say it was like a fantasy that I was dreaming of doing bodily harm to fare beaters and homeless people and mentally ill on the New York subway system. When reality is, hey, they're doing exactly what I said on that tweet back on January 20th. They are getting kicked out. The fare beaters are being gone after so bad that even Frank R. James, our subway shooter, I hate his guts, by the way, he was paying his fare so the police wouldn't stop him. If he had jumped the fare and lo and behold, police was there, they would have caught him and they would have stopped him in the act with all the goodies. He wouldn't have been able to fire one shot. That's why he was paying his fare, so he wouldn't be busted. Remember, this guy had turned on the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, to the point that now police have to give extra protection to the mayor because of Frank R. James. And here's a funny thing. Here, while they're saying I had this fantasy, I want to do bodily harm to this group of people, or have my fathers do bodily harm to these group of people, you have a writer who put out a book who wanted to do bodily harm to J.K. Rowling. And this person doesn't get flagged at all. She's talking about burning the lady alive. And I never put that in my tweet. So these folks are absolute ridiculous. It's time to unsuspend me. I want to know who's responsible, and I want to take whatever action against them and hold them accountable for that action that they took against me. Hey, I'm not Donald Trump, but hey, I need that account. Because that's the account I use to communicate with my union. That's the account I use to communicate with the New York City Transit, which, by the way, that's who I had the tweet sent when this nonsense happened back on February 4th. And Elon Musk, you're watching this, please have that account reinstated. I want the persons or whatever it was that caused my account to be suspended. I want these people held accountable and preserve any evidence, so if I can need to take legal action against them, because that's the only way they're going to learn not to do that again. There's consequences to your actions, Twitter. And now, when you overstep your boundaries and you mess with the Babylon Bee, guess who came out to give you a sting? Elon Musk. So, you probably wish you had a time machine to go back in time and correct what you did back then, because you wouldn't have to be facing what you're facing now. Anyway, this has been a strange April. Not only is Twitter in private hands of Elon Musk, CNN Plus is going on April 30th. The Obama podcast is going courtesy of Spotify. And who knows what else could happen next that make this a memorable April. And there's no April Fool's jokes, folks. It's several days away from May, so. To the CEO of Twitter and the board that's supporting my suspension, to you too. I told you I was not going to support you when you put the poison pill in. And I'm glad a lot of other people decided to do the same thing, not to support you. So this is Alcan saying so long for now, and don't forget to stop. And those folks at Twitter, by the way, don't let the door hit you on the way out. Jerk-offs. Oh, yes, love. Your ass is grass. Where is K2 or the real glass? We don't know. That's a glass of grass. It doesn't matter.